Welcome, manifestors, to Magnetic Monday. Okay, so this week I'm going to follow up more on what I talked about last week, and that was spelling and words and how what you write about you're using your magic wand and spelling, whether you like it or not, that's what you're doing. Anyway, hopefully everybody got a journal or notepad or some way to and started journaling. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to last week's Magnetic Monday. Okay, so this week we're going to talk about most important questions, because the most important answers that you'll ever receive are only found when you ask the right questions. Okay, the universe always answers your questions, but most people say, oh, why is this happening to me? Why us? Why? And the universe shows you more of the same, trying to answer that why, because usually the why is so that you'll see the other way or ask different questions, or to show you that because that's the magnetic field that you are functioning in, so more of it's coming. So anyway, what I'd like to do is propose to you that over the next week you ask these three questions anytime you come across an issue or something, or even the good things. Okay, but usually people start asking questions when they're confronting a situation that they don't particularly like. Okay, it's very rare that when someone's coming across a situation that they like, that they're asking, why is this happening to me? Or usually they're just damn excited that it's happening. So, but these questions work at any given time. All right. Now, I don't know if you've heard of this. I might be dating myself saying this, but you might be familiar with this saying, Murphy's Law. Anything that can and will go wrong will. And I'm just here to tell you that that's society's way of keeping you down, because you're not Murphy. So his laws don't pertain to you. And if you are Murphy, doesn't matter. These laws don't pertain to you. Okay? It's not law. It's just a saying that society has put out there to get people to say it and therefore generate it. Okay? But it doesn't have to be that way. So first off, Murphy's Law is a big circle with an X through it. No more Murphy's Law. All right? Get that through your head. Okay. So the questions are, what else is possible? So it doesn't matter what the situation is, good or bad. If you ask what else is possible, the universe is going to show you more possibilities. Okay? A lot of times I've seen lots of people say when something goes wrong or whatever, they'll say, well, how can it get any worse than this now? Like, they think, that's rock bottom or something. And then the universe turns around and says, oh yeah, hold my beer. And shows you how it can get worse. Well, you got to watch what you say, because that's exactly what you put out there. So instead, how does it get any even or any better than this? Okay? How does it get any better than this? And confirmation. See? When you ask the right questions, how does it get any better than this? The universe will show you exactly how it can get better. Okay? Even if you're in the middle of a car accident. How does it get any better than this? Well, then the universe will show you. Everybody made it through or something. There's always something better, but you have to ask for it. You have to invite that better into your experience. All right? And the third question is, what is right about this that I am not seeing? So I call that looking for the silver linings. Yeah, this might be happening, but hey, if that didn't happen, I would never have met this person. Or if that didn't happen, then this wouldn't have happened. There's always a silver lining. Prime example, when I moved out here, I sold everything, gave away what I couldn't sell, loaded everything up into an RV, and away I went. Second day in, I got smoked hardcore by a moose. Now, that could have ended my whole thing. I could have gave up then and said, oh, I'm done. I'm going back home. I'm going to, whatever. I could have gave up then. But I didn't. And instead, I'm like, okay, so what is right about this? We're all good. That was the right thing. Nobody was injured. Heck, even the moose, after a few minutes, he stood up, shook his head, and ran back into the woods. So that was good. Okay, lots of confirmations here. Okay, you got to look for the silver linings. Apparently that is a big thing for this conversation. So another thing was, even though the whole side of the RV was caved in, the drivetrain was still good and solid. All the lights still worked. Yes, I had to put plastic over broken window and seal it all up, but it wasn't the end of the journey. I was still able to carry on. So that's another right thing that was about it. And the more and more and more I thought of the good things that were in that chaos, the more good things that became of it. I get to my destination. Sure, I had to go jump in and out of the RV from the front door, crawling through because the main RV door was like caved right in. So what? You know what? I had insurance on that sucker. And insurance wrote it off. So I got all my money back out of it. And I bought it back because I was still living in the RV. So I spent a few grand buying it back because I had no place to move into when they did it. And when I did finally move into my house, I sold the RV for more money than I bought it back for. So what's right about this that I wasn't seeing? My move was paid for. I got all of my money back that I put into the RV, plus that everybody was fine. So in the long run, it was awesome. It got way better than that. Second day in, a lot of people would have gave up. Tail between their legs, run home. But nope, I buckled in. How does it get any better than this? What's right about this that I'm not seeing? What else is possible? And all of those things got answered. And it was way better than what I was in that moment. My move across the country was paid for because of that moose. Like, how does it get any better than that? Right? Nobody was injured. Everybody walked away. And when it all boiled down to the end, I made money out of the move. Like, that's freaking awesome. But that only happened because instead of putting my tail between my legs and crying home, instead, I asked these questions. What else is possible? How does it get even better than this? And what is right about what I'm not seeing? And the universe showed me all of them. And the universe will show you too. Doesn't matter what your situation is. Ask one or all of these questions when you're in the situation. And that will make the universe focus on answering those questions. So bringing you situations that answer those questions. Okay? So one is, what else is possible, is asking the universe to lay out options that you can choose from. How does it get any better than this? Is asking the universe to lay out options that are better than the situation you're in right now. And what is right about this that I am not seeing? That is forcing yourself and asking the universe to show you the silver linings of the cloud that you're currently standing in. Okay? A lot of times the storms we go through are just clearing the way. Okay? Not all storms are bad. And even the bad ones have a silver lining. You just sometimes have to look for them. You have to ask the right questions for it to show. All right? Now, a self-reflection when you're in that situation is, am I making these decisions from a position of fear or confidence? Okay? A lot of times we make decisions from a position of fear. And they answer, people are forced to ask questions when they're in a situation of needing the answer. But the answer is not in the same frequency as what you were in when you asked the question. Okay? You have to get out of that frequency in order for the answer to appear. All right? So if you're making a decision from a perspective of fear, that decision is going to keep you in fear, in worry, in anxiety. Okay? If you get out of that fear, and how you do that? What else is possible? How does it get any better than this? What is right about this that I'm not seeing? Ask those questions first. Give the universe time to answer or to start showing you potentials. That will put you in a frame of confidence. And then you can make some decisions on what the universe produces for you. Okay? Are you a winner or a whiner? Are you whining? Think about it for a minute. Are you whining about, oh, the moose hit the RV and now I got to deal with this and now I got to do that and now I got to... Are you whining or are you a winner? Because if you're whining, your decisions are being made out of fear. All right? So listen to how you do some self-reflection. Listen to how you're reacting to circumstances. If you're whining, then you're in a position of fear and your decisions are just going to keep you in that circle. If you're a winner, you'll remember to ask yourself these 3 questions. Give the universe a moment to start producing the answers, and then you can make your decision from a position of confidence. Okay? 3 simple questions in any situation. Even in good situations, if you take a moment, you're already flying high in a good mood. What else is possible? Oh man, can you imagine? You think you're on top of the world now? When you ask what else is possible, just wait and see what the universe puts in front of you. How does it get any better than this? Oh Lord, it can get so much better. And what is right about this that I'm not seeing? Even when you're on top of the world, there's some right things about what's happening that you're not seeing. And you got to ask for that, because that is also when you bring gratitude into a situation. Okay? When you find what's right, when you look for the silver linings of the good and the bad, that's your opportunity to be grateful for that silver lining. That's how you infuse love and gratitude and appreciation into even the darkest storms, because that's what's going to clear the clouds away. Okay? All right, so I think that covers it. The key is ask the right questions, and you'll get the most important answers that you ever need, because those answers are going to be what turns your future into just a more positive direction every time. Okay? Murphy's Law doesn't exist. Cross it off. Get rid of it. Remember, what you speak about is what you bring about. So quit asking silly questions and getting silly answers when you can literally word your questions in such a way that the universe has no choice but to bring you positive answers, positive choices, positive possibilities. All right? Okay, so that was Magnetic Monday, and we will see you tomorrow for Tinker Tuesday. See you tomorrow. Thanks for sharing, liking, subscribing, all that stuff. It really does help the channel. And the more we get this out to more people, the better our whole world will be. So have a great, wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.